The Euro-Asia Hotel?
SA Hotel.
Euro-Asia.
What's going on YouTube? Wow. Everybody's in uproar about China right now. I put the video up for China. I almost have more responses than I have views. So that's why I know this is a hot topic. But let me just pour some water on the fire real quick. Now I told you, we all know that American government right now is kind of slaves to China. And it's actually kind of embarrassing for a superpower to be kind of begging another government to change their currency in order for us to be okay. That's a powerless situation right there. Okay, but I want to respond to a couple of the comments that I got on this video. The first thing is this: somebody wrote back, said, "I'm from China. I have family in China. You think the Chinese people are actually happy to work in these factories and leave their families and go back once a year?" No, I don't think they're happy. I just think that it's something that has to be done. And I'm going to tell you why. China is a machine. And one thing about a machine is that a machine needs maintenance. It constantly needs work in order to keep the machine running. And right now, that is China's machine. Workers making things for the world at a cheap price. That's China in a nutshell. China is not the country that creates things. If one was to visit China and go there on business, the first thing you would notice is this: is that you see a lot of people from other countries bringing their ideas to this country. And when those ideas are brought to China, products are made. But then products are sold out the back door. They're literally taking products from other countries and other bright minds and turning it in and also selling it as their own. This is what's going on in China. Since China opened up to the world, to open up to the U.S. and things of this nature, these are things that have been going on with China. China, the kids go to school for almost 12 hours a day. You know, the parents teach discipline and do this and do that and do this and do that. But a lot of the Chinese people don't have independent minds, the ones that live in China. If you don't believe me, think about it. The government is using illegal copies of operating systems for the government. Illegal copies of Microsoft Word, illegal computer programs. The government has admitted to using this and saying that we're going to stop. But if China's such full of great minds, why haven't they created their own operating system? You see, because that's not China. One thing I've always said that American people have is that I don't care where you go in the world, even if you go to Arab lands where they hate Americans, you will still find something from America there. You can't say that for all other countries in places like that. America has a brand, right? But in order for us to keep this brand, we have to become independent. We're independent thinkers. We are. But see, this is what I don't like about America. I don't like the whining. I don't like blaming the government. Because here's the thing. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Who creates more jobs? Private companies or the U.S. government? I'm going to ask you again, just in case you didn't hear that question. Who creates more jobs? Private companies or the U.S. government? I'm going to answer that question for you. Private companies. Your Microsofts, your Apple companies. These companies create. And they were created by bright minds. People who said, I want to do something a little different. I don't want to punch a clock. I want to create something, create wealth for myself. That's what makes America America. You see, I had mentioned about people losing jobs. The only people that have anything to worry about losing jobs, or what those people that I call robot employees. What is a robot employee? If you go to General Motors and you see a robot arm that goes in and it puts a spare tire in the car and it tightens the bolt, and there's a guy there maybe to push the button or to make sure everything goes good. He or she does the same thing all day, every day. That's a robot job. That job can be taught to another individual for a lower price, and your job is gone. But if you have a job like a marketing job, or you're creating your own business, or you're coming up with your own ideas, which God gave you, by the way, and we can use, but if you don't use it, it gets rusty. It gets rusty, and all of a sudden that ability just leaves, and you become this dependent person on another person that does uses the brain, does use the idea making skill, and you become, I wouldn't say they're a slave, but you become their supporter. That's what America has to get back to. That's what's going to take us out of slavery. That's it. So I always like to deal with a problem head on, and here's the situation. If you want to fix the problem in America, it's not going to start from the top up. It's going to start from the bottom up. It's going to start from somebody, one of you guys and gals who are watching this video right now. It's going to start from you. Spend some time during the days and during the weeks when you have some free time and come up with something. Jot your ideas down. Make them work. If you can't do it, pass it on to somebody else who has the courage too. That's what's going to keep America on the top. That's what always kept America on top. Think about it. So let me hear your responses. You know, and I'm sure we're going to get some on this. I think we should talk about China, you know, all this week, because it's a sore subject to some people. But if you know how to work with China, it'll be a good situation. So let me hear your questions and comments. This is your first time coming to the channel. Welcome. Glad to have you. And also, my Etsy classes are still going on. So if you're interested, please contact me. They're very cheap. And we can continue. So, until next time, signing off.